Hello, everyone, and welcome. Once again, we are back up in here, and we got a nice show planned for you guys. My goodness, another week has passed, and Neon Dion still doing his thing. Hey, amazing, amazing. But I just wanted to let you guys know tonight's show is brought to you by Commish Kit, where all your draft needs are met. I mean, commish kit, you can have the cardboard board or you can have the pin up on the wall. And now available is the electronic board where you can put your big screen to use. An electronic board. That's going to be nice to see. And I know this is that about time that time of year where all the fantasy football drafts are done. But guess what? Commish kit is good every year. Every year uh, they faithful. You get your order in there, and he'll get it right to you, and he'll explain to you how to use that electronic board. We use it for all our drafts. Blow the Whistle Sports is coming to you in a few minutes. We got a late start tonight, but it's going to be well worth it. Well worth it. Ah, I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I know I have. And once again, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for always tuning in. I can't wait to get this show started. But we'll see y'all in a few.
I think we're ready. Let's see. Anything else? Let's go over.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway. And like I said, we was coming back to you in a few minutes. A week has passed. We in week two. And Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot. Oh my goodness, Panther Nation. Before we get this show started, I must do a Cali Cat Pack report. Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Panther Nation. Not to take you off, not to be discouraged. Like I told you guys, we have brand new everything, brand new coach, brand new quarterback. Everybody has to get in line. Now, your guess is good as mine. Why would he throw the rookie in as soon as he touched down? We all know he can pass the ball, but we have to know that this team is well aligned for him. And it doesn't seem like the cohesiveness is the cohesive. Oh my god, a tongue twister. I'll let you say it, Steve.
Cohesiveness.
There we have it. It's not there with the team right now, but this mystery ankle sprain has come, and now I guess we'll see Andy Dalton and let Andy Dalton take the hits on the head. But Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Panther Nation, we gonna be all right. Now, one thing that that's really upsetting me is, you know, through this whole thing, I knew we gave up a lot. I didn't know we gave up the number one draft pick for next year. I I was completely oblivious, and I was reading it over. Somebody was making fun of us, and you know how it is. I went over it, and I was like, "Wow, we really didn't need to give up DJ Moore." That that part of it makes no sense, but that's what the heck say. Water under the bridge. Let's get this show started. Let me introduce my co-host, Mr. Steven Rubain.
How's everybody doing tonight?
I'll be better once things start working for my team.
Man. We're going to talk about the Panthers in a little. I'm not going to just attack the Panthers. I'm going to attack.
Yes, you are. You
Well, no.
you want to roll it in yourself where you can roll us up under the bus. I know how you do, Steve. We know how you do.
I kind of do want to, but I'm actually going to go about rookie quarterbacks, period, because there's 3 rookie quarterbacks that all are being misused, and so I'm just going to lump them all together in one big segment. But we'll get to that later on.
Let's get into this news, sir.
Yeah, let's get right to it. Since we got a late start, we're going to keep it, to the main story. So let's focus first on what is probably the biggest story. Let's be honest. In college football is Neon Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes.
Neon
Deion. So as you guys talked about last week, they played against their in-state rivals, Colorado State Rams. this was a late game. This was an ESPN late game. Started 7:00 p.m. on the Pacific time. So the East Coast is 10 p.m. So usually college football, they don't like to have their big games go on so late. And so there was a lot of people who were upset because they had to stay up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to watch the end of the game. But I don't know if you heard, this was the highest rated late ESPN game in ESPN history. This is the highest rated game they've had in all the years of ESPN covering college football for their late games.
They 3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Yes, but this one was the toughest one yet, though. This one went to double overtime.
Hey, it be like that sometime.
And the worst part about it is they lost maybe one of their 2 best players.
Mm.
And I don't know, did you see the play where it happened?
Nah, I watched the game, but I watched pieces of the game. I'm not gonna lie, I was in and out.
Yeah. Well, the play where it happened 20 years ago, it would have been probably a legitimate hit. He was going for the ball. The ball was a little over his head, so the guy comes and just gives him a straight crack right to the ribs. And so,
so it was dirty. It was dirty, Steve.
Well, like I said, 20 years ago, it would have been a great play. But in today's college football, of course, it's targeting, and so the guy got the targeting penalty.
Oh, that's the one that got ejected.
Yeah, he got ejected. He's got death threats now. Deion had to come out and telling people he's stupid. What is up with all this death threat stuff over a football game?
People these days are, they get hot up under the collar real easy.
Yeah, but
if you're not on the same page with them, it's a problem, Steve.
I know, but come on, that's going too far for a college football game. You're gonna sit here and come on, make death threats against the guy.
Well, it's Deion Sanders. It's gonna be a lot of adversity right there. Anyway, they don't want to see him win, Steve.
I know
they don't want to see him win. They just knew it wasn't gonna be 3-0.
No, they knew that, but they may have a hard time getting to 4-0.
How many games did they win last season?
1 game.
And already the top of the season, how many games have they won?
He's won 3 games against FBS opponents. So I mean, that's what you want. I mean, it's a great testament to what he put it through. But this week they're gonna have by far their toughest test against Oregon. I think is ranked 14th. And so this is
Colorado versus Oregon
on the road. So they got to go. This is their first road game. So they have to go to Oregon. So
come on, Deion, let's do this, Deion.
So yeah. So the one good thing is that it's starting at 12:30 Pacific time. So it's actually going to be a good time for everybody to watch it. So that's the good news. But I'm excited. I want to see what they're going to do against top opponents.
It's brought me back to college.
Yeah,
you know how I had strayed away from college.
Man, he just let Saturday go. Saturday was like a no football game day for him.
Just let it go.
Let it go, man. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what they do. So we're going to really see how they do against top competition. We're going to wish them the best, but may the best team win. That's pretty much it for college. I mean, right now, I think the other issue going on in college is just all these teams next year are going to be going to different conferences. And so it's going to be interesting to see how these rivalry games go. You had the issue with Michigan State. I think the coach is going to end up getting fired. Mel Tucker, sexual harassment. I mean, I just don't understand these coaches.
Hey, it's always like that.
But come on, man. You can't get away with that.
On YouTube, you don't have a name up. What's up? How you doing?
What's up? Tell us how.
He said that was a dirty hit 20 years ago.
Yeah. And 20 years ago, they would have just walked it off and said, hey, no big deal.
Better rub some dirt on it and get off the field.
Come on now. You're going to tell a Ronnie Lott, a Chuck Cecil, those guys back in the day who would just look for that type of hit?
I wonder what the players that used to play look at this game now. You know what?
Oh, they said soft.
We're going to call some of the I'm going to have a New Orleans Saints player call in.
One of my great memories was one time I was talking with Bubba Smith, Deacon Jones, and Rosie Greer.
Wow.
Now ask me how that happened. I was working at a security gig. And
Comedy club?
It was, yeah. Well, no, this is a security at a nightclub. They were doing the fights, and they had Mike Tyson versus Lennox Lewis fight. So you remember that fight back in the day? And they were there watching it, and I was just sitting there, and we were just waiting for the fight to start, and they were just talking about it. I asked the question. I said, "What do you guys think about today's NFL?" And Deacon Jones, he has that mean, menacing look. I don't know if you ever seen his menacing look. I mean, he looked in his 60s, looked like he could hurt somebody bad.
Wow.
And
We know who Foreman did. Foreman did it
yeah,
at a late age,
woo, yeah,
putting hands on people.
putting hands on people. But Deacon Jones looked me and gave me that mean look in his eye and said, these guys today are just too soft. This game, I couldn't even play in today's game. He said it's just way too soft.
Whew.
And when you hear somebody like that tell you like it is, someone from the fearsome foursome.
Well, you know, they used to have nicknames like the Headhunter.
Yeah. I mean, when they had
Lights Out.
but they used to headhunt. They used to sit there. That was a day when a clothesline was a legitimate play.
Hey, that's when you used to want. And I got to knock the ball, the stuffing out of him, and the ball out of his hands.
Yes, and that's it. And they waited. I mean, they looked forward to. Remember, there was a time when, like, this, on the news, you would see best hits, and they sit there and they would show you.
They had a whole show
about it, about just nothing but hits. And so,
and they used to laugh about somebody being unconscious.
Laugh about it. I mean, it used to be like cheering on. So it's
how far we have come.
How far we've come. Yes. So all right, we got a lot of football to get into. You want to just get right into the football?
Hey, by all means, sir, by all means.
Because we got so much going on with the NFL this week, man. But before we get to the NFL, I do have one thing to talk about. You're not a spring football fan either. You don't like Saturday football. You don't like spring football.
What I do know about football is, remember when we were talking about the XFL and the
USFL?
They talking about merging.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. So XFL and USFL now are negotiating a merger, and that's great news for football fans. It makes total sense. The question is going to be, though, whose league are they going to take, whose rules they're going to take, and where they're going to locate the teams. So that's going to be the big question marks. But
how many teams are going to be? Can we do fantasy football in that league also? What's going on?
Well, you can do fantasy football anyway. I was doing fantasy XFL and USFL football anyway. I mean, we can't do it for leagues. You got the weekly, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know the weekly, but I want to do it for a league.
Yeah. That'd be kind of hard, though, because
not enough players.
Not enough players, but not enough big name players, and guys, change teams so much. It'd be hard to, it's not like the NFL where teams are so.
I would have to adopt a team.
Yeah, you have to adopt a team because you'll be like, I'm going to draft. Who's this guy? He looks like a nice name. I'll draft him. So, but it was good for weekly football though, because you can actually sit up there and start studying the guys. And
yeah, I had to get into it. I got to know the people.
Yeah, so that's exciting for our spring football fans to have another league to go through the springtime with. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Well, I know some of you are wondering, like, why is that guy on the air and he hasn't shaved? Well, my silly self made some type of little agreement with Steve and said that, I'm not shaving till Carolina wins.
Yes, sir.
I just knew that we would pull a win out by now, even though it's the second week. We had some easy games. Now the tougher games are coming up.
He's not going to be shaving for a while. If you saw Sunday game on Monday night, and let's talk about it before we get into that. 2 games on Monday night football. I don't know if they're going to be doing it now next week.
They're doing it again next week also.
And they're going to have it at the end of the year. It's going to be 1 or 2 weeks. They're going to do it the same.
Well, they decided to do that when the full schedule's playing.
Yeah.
Once we get it down to the bye weeks, then it'll be back to regular.
Well, actually, the reason why they did it was because, with the strike, with the actors strike,
right?
They needed something to fill in for the ABC, because ABC, would have on Dancing with the Stars. They have on there.
Adrian Peterson about to be on there Dancing with the Stars.
Well, I know. So now that we got the players strike, ABC announced today that they're going to have the rest of the games for the rest of the year on ABC, which is great news for us fans who don't, people who don't have ESPN, or it's hard to, get the cable channels.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So for the rest of the year, after next week, the rest of the games are going to be on ABC instead of ESPN. So that's great news.
They're trying to knock us over the head with every dollar they can squeeze.
Every dollar they can squeeze. The NFL don't play. We talked about this last year. The NFL, when it comes to the money, and we're going to talk about that 49er games with 49er Ram game, because we got our first big controversy of the season regarding gambling.
Oh my goodness!
This one was so blatant, so outrageous.
What's the news on this, Steve? Kick it out.
You want to just go to? All right, for those who don't know, going to the game, the Niners were a 7.5 favorite over the Rams. So the score is 30-20, with less than a minute in the game, and the Rams got the ball, and the Rams are driving. So with less than 10 seconds left, the Ram guy, Nakua, that's one of your guys. Did you pick Nakua up?
Of course.
Had about 15 catches this week.
No, he broke the record.
Yeah,
he broke the record.
He went crazy.
I mean, give him his just due. He had it was 20 was the record. He went way over 20, Steve.
I tried to get him. I got bamboozled by the old injury bug. They tried to sit here and say the man had an injury, and I'm sitting here saying, I'll wait a week, and then of course he plays and gets 15 catches for 100 some yards. So I was disgusted. But anyway, let me get back to the game. So 30-20, less than 10 seconds left. Nakua catches the ball at about the 35-yard line. Now, traditional football says that you got one last play, throw it to the end zone, hopefully you get a touchdown. That's how NFL always goes.
Right.
They rush the ball down. The referee rushes to set the ball down. He goes and spikes it with 3 seconds left. They bring out the field goal team. The field goal team. 3 seconds left, you're down by 10. He makes the field goal. Vegas goes crazy. What was the 7.5 49er favorite? Now the Rams cover with the 7. So all those people who took the Niners to win with the point spread lost because of this 3 second left in the game field goal.
And let me guess, Steve, you think it's a big conspiracy.
Oh, it's a conspiracy. I don't know.
You think a phone call was made.
Phone call was made. Somebody in Vegas made a call to that referee, get that ball down. We need to get this because a lot of money was lost.
Now, you know what? I'm not taking anything out of it. You know, things like that may happen, but I'm gonna tell you like this: if you play any type of sport, and it's a sport where it's highly scrutinized and it's about money and it's about pride, you look at those lines too, Steve. Yeah. The whole team looks at the lines, and it's frowned upon in with the shield about you talking about it outwardly, the players and coaches, but nobody wants to get beat. You want your team. You want your team to win.
Now let's remember this: for decades and decades, nobody would touch Vegas for this exact reason. So professional sports teams were like, we're not going to go play in Vegas because of the insinuation.
It used to be a rule.
It used to be a rule. And the insinuation of Vegas could be corrupting the games. That was always a long concern. You know, NFL, NBA, all the major sports teams. And then, you know, of course, when the NHL put a sports team in Vegas, then WNBA did it.
People
now
always
NFL.
Gonna have these conspiracy theories.
It's too.
Give me a. You know what? If you feel that's the case, guess what? Don't gamble.
Okay, but
you feel like Vegas can do. Don't gamble.
Okay, but here's the big problem: the NFL has a huge alliance with DraftKings. You got FanDuel commercials. You got Bet USA.
And FanDuel, you can bet now on FanDuel.
Exactly. So all these now makes it even worse for the conspiracy theorists like myself, who feel like, I wonder. There's a lot of strange stuff's been happening that didn't used to happen in the NFL as far as with these point spreads go.
My partner hit. You know, I would have hit, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Well,
always the first 4 weeks, you got to give it 3 to 4 weeks before you start really making bets. I always tell people you got to see who is who and who's what and who's going to do what.
Right. It's hard to bet. First 4 weeks and then the last 2 or 3 weeks because you don't know who's going to play those last couple of weeks in the season when teams are resting guys and you got teams that are like, well, we're out of it, so who cares? Let's just go ahead and put the backup in. So that's always interesting. But the big story this week is injuries. Oh, man, the injury bug is killing in the NFL.
It's not a bug. It is what it is. Big price players are, I won't say lazy, but they always avoid training camp. Yeah. And you're a human being. You have to warm those legs up.
Right.
Maybe a young man coming in straight from college, he can jump in there and his body can withstand a little more, but everybody has to warm that body up, get it in football shape. And time after time, Aaron Rodgers. You get these injuries when you avoid it. he avoided training all preseason.
Right, he
All
did.
preseason.
Yes, he did. But that was the big injury for week 1. But this injury was even more grotesque. It was the Nick Chubb injury on Monday Night Football. Now, this injury, a lot of running backs were just devastated by this injury because there already is an issue with getting big contracts and
getting paid.
Now, all these guys are now never going to get a long-term deal. It's going to be always 1-year deals, show me deals.
They've already devalued the position.
So now this makes it even worse because now here you had the most stable guy the last 4 years. And, he's been a 1,000-yard rusher the last 4 years and should have been 5 years because he was like 987 his rookie year. So here you had a guy for almost 5 years, a straight 1,000-yard season, and now he's out for the year and maybe for his career. This was an injury that could possibly be a career-ending injury. And so,
well, the thing is, he's had an injury like that with the same knee when he was in college.
Correct, I remember.
And man, he like his legs is put together like Legos.
I know.
In college, he hyperextended it over the capacity.
He was on. This was back when they had college football. ESPN had a college. No, I'm sorry, it was Yahoo actually. Yahoo had a college football fantasy league, a yearly fantasy league. Back in those days. Nick Chubb was my starting running back on that fantasy football team, so I remember that game well. That I was just devastated because he was tearing it up at Georgia that year. I mean, he was like 150 yards, 200 yards a game with a couple touchdowns.
But what people want to know, Stephen, I have to ask you this question.
Go ahead.
What are the top 5 teams right now, Steve? What are your top 5?
The top 5 teams. If I had to say it for right now, I'm going to start with number 5, 5-1, or 1-5.
However you want to do it. You tell me.
Let's start number 1. As much as I hate to say it, I hate to say it.
Right.
But based on the level of play, number 1 has to be the Dallas Cowboys.
Woo, Cowboys.
Oh, man.
And who's number 2?
Number 2, also in our division, I have to get the Eagles. I have the Eagles number 2. I mean, as far as talent, and I mean, they had 2 pretty solid wins against 2 decent teams.
Cowboys, Eagles.
Number 3.
3,
if I had to say right now, I would go with, because a lot of teams are kind of shaky.
Okay.
There are a lot of shaky teams, but Chiefs, number 3.
Chiefs, number 3. Number 4.
If I had to say 4 right now, Ravens are 2-0. I think they have had 2 quality wins, beat the Bengals, beat the beat the Browns and the Bengals. So I put them number 4.
All right.
Then if I had to say number 5, actually, they should be number 2, but I'm going to put them at number 5, the Niners.
Wow.
So I'll put the Niners. Let me change it. I'll put the Niners at number 3. So I'm going to put Cowboys, Eagles, Niners, and then I'll go with Ravens and number 5. What did I say? Number 5. What did I say? Number 5. I said Chiefs.
Okay. Hey, you know what? That's pretty much you pretty much right there, just off a little bit. And I'm gonna do the top 5. My top 5, number 1 will be the 49ers. The Cowboys can't have the number 1 spot since the 49ers beat them last year, and they are coming for that rematch game. That game is going to be a hot game. We need to go somewhere. You need to come over because we got to watch that game.
Yeah, that's great. I agree.
I almost want to go to that game.
Yeah, that's a game you want to go to. But
that's my number 1, 49ers.
Okay.
Number 2 is got to be the Cowboys. The Cowboys is right there because that defense is ridiculous. My goodness.
Yeah.
Number 3, I give number 3 to the Eagles.
Okay.
And that's because the Eagles is right there. The Eagles is right. I don't like the way they use Hurts. I don't like the way he's pushing the line. They doing too much. We on week 3.
Yeah.
He should not be back there pushing the line. They have a running back. Use the running back and get the first down.
Okay.
Go to the Wildcat. Have a running back standing there, not your quarterback. Now, when we get to the playoff time, that's when you use the quarterback like that.
All right, I can
Not just on any other day. I'm worried for an injury. So 1, 49ers, 2, Cowboys, 3, the Eagles,
Mm-hmm.
and number 4, I'm putting the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
No, I didn't even mean to say the Ravens. At number 4 is Jacksonville.
What?
And then at number 5 is at number 5 is Kansas City.
You put Jacksonville at number 4?
Who has Baltimore played?
Let me see. 2 divisional games, the Browns and the Bengals. Won decisively on both games.
The Browns. I don't know who's there at quarterback.
Yeah.
That is not Deshaun Watson. It's like a night and day, just like Russell Wilson. Who is that man playing with the Browns?
Well,
that's not Deshaun Watson. That's not the person that we saw over there in Houston. Who is that man?
Well, unfortunately, I think Deshaun Watson has 2 things going against him. Number one, remember, Deshaun Watson had a bad injury with the Texans. Remember, before all the massage things started, he was out.
Massage Gate?
Yeah, Massage Gate. Before Massage Gate, he was out with a significant injury. If you remember, he hasn't been the same since. There's something going on.
Something's going on.
He looked real slow. I was seeing defensive linemen run him down from behind. And that was Deshaun Watson was, I wouldn't say Lamar Jackson-esque, but he was pretty close.
He was finessing.
He was finessing. He was able to outrun linemen, and he was struggling against the Steelers. I played with TJ Watt.
So what you say? He got away like a fat rat with this guaranteed contract.
He got that guaranteed contract, which is number 2. He got the big guaranteed contract, and he is obviously not 100%.
Him and Russell Wilson, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But that's who Baltimore played. They played a Browns team that should be destroying people, but
right
off the chart, they've lost their identity. And then next, who they play, Steve?
The Bengals. And the Bengals are another team. Apparently, something's going on with Joe Burrow. There's an injury there. They're not being upfront about it.
Every year he has something lingering that they don't want to talk about.
They don't want to talk about. So we don't know what's going on there, but there's something definitely going on. And the Bengals, looking at their schedule, they might be 0-4, 0-5 before you know it if they don't get together quick. So yeah, there's some questions there. But I just can't. I watched the Jacksonville game.
We have an Eagle faithful in here talking about be careful about ranking the Cowboys. They only played the Giants and the Jets.
I know, but that defense just looked.
That
defense looked.
It is what it is.
On fire.
It is what it. Don't. Hey, your Eagles is there at power. They're not declining. They're there at 3, perfectly ready to go up.
Yeah, like I said, the Eagles are right where they need to be. When it comes down to the Cowboy-Eagle game, that's going to decide 2 and 3. So,
yes, sir.
Like I said, these are fluid. 49ers could be 1. Cowboys could be 1. I wouldn't cry either way at this point.
And shout out to Darnell, another 49er man in the house. How you doing, sir? Thank you for tuning in.
All right. So yeah, Niners. Like I said, I like what I see from the Niners. And we're gonna talk about these rookie quarterbacks, and we're gonna talk about how well they're playing Brock Purdy.
And if you just now tuning in, we just did our top 5.
Yes.
Steve's top 5 is.
I started with the Cowboys 1. I put Eagles 2, Niners 3. Ravens, and then number 5, I said Chiefs.
And then my number 5, my top 5 was 49ers 1, Cowboys 2, Eagles 3, Jacksonville 4. He blew the whistle on me. Hey, you can say what you want to say. Jacksonville is on the come up. And number 5, I put KC. Because KC is KC, but these wide receivers that KC have, we have to talk about them. My goodness.
Well, yeah, but that's why they're 5. The only reason they made number 5 was because Mahomes. You can never put a Mahomes team below the top 5. But those, like you said, those wide receivers they have, they're struggles. They're going to have some struggles this year. They got to do something. They got to go out and get somebody. I don't know who they can get, but they're not going to be able to do much with the team they have this year.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. All right, so that's our top 5. We were mentioning about the injuries. We were talking about Chubb, how horrible that injury was. Today,
same knee.
Yeah, today they went out and signed Kareem Hunt.
Yes, sir.
So he's back with the Browns. And so all you guys who went on, like myself, who went on and got Jerome Ford, thinking he's going to be the main guy.
Oh.
Now,
all you guys ran and got him, but you guess who thought ahead?
Yeah.
If you were in that fantasy draft like me, you picked up Kareem Hunt and you tucked him. You tucked him. Yeah, put him to bed. I know you're not on the team, Mr. Hunt, but you'll be there soon.
Yeah, they're gonna play running back by committee. I think Kareem Hunt's gonna have that same role he had last year, where he's gonna be that third down. He's gonna be kind of that out of the backfield, catching passes out of the backfield.
Whatever he is, he gonna shine.
I mean, he's gonna be for fantasy points. Yeah, it's a good pickup to get him. If
he know the playbook already,
right? If he's on your in your waiver wire, go out and get him quick if he's still available. But yeah, so the Browns, there's some question marks. We're gonna find out what's going to happen with them. Another big injury, and then get to our rookie quarterbacks. Anthony Richardson, rookie quarterback for the Colts, was knocked out of the game with a concussion in the first quarter.
I hate that happening to the rookies, man.
Yeah,
and he was the one showing the most promise right now.
Exactly, and it was on a touchdown play at that. So that means even worse that he scored the touchdown, then got knocked out, got the concussion. So
he did the job though.
He did, got the job done.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, but talking about these rookie quarterbacks, we had 3 top rookie quarterbacks. We got, of course, Bryce Young, number 1.
Say his name loud.
Bryce Young.
Stick your chest out when you say his name.
I ain't gonna go that far. Bryce Young. Then we had C.J. Stroud, and then Anthony Richardson. The top 3. All 3 of them have struggled at times at this starting position on teams that are just mediocre. I mean, I'm not gonna. Let's call what it is.
Hey, you're not about to sit up here and call my team mediocre. The thing is, these are brand new quarterbacks. The last time they played, they were in college. The speed from college to NFL is dramatically different.
Yes.
And what they don't do now, what Steve always preached about, was they don't mentor these quarterbacks. They throw them to the wolves.
Throw them to the wolves. You know who the best looking quarterback right now is out of rookie class? Will Levis, the number 4 quarterback pick from Tennessee. He's the best looking one. You know why he's the best looking one?
Because he's being mentored. He's sitting on the bench learning the game.
He is sitting on the 3rd team bench, mentoring, holding that chalkboard. Chalkboard anymore. They now have
the tablets.
They have tablets. I'm old school.
Yeah, you went back.
I'm old school. I remember the days of the chalkboard. They'd sit there and take notes. But yeah, they now got tablets. So he's holding the tablet and he's just sitting there saying, "Man, these other guys are getting beat up, man. Ooh, look how he got."
That's how it's done. That's how Mahomes did it behind Alex Smith, right?
And that's how Jordan Love did it. Let's talk about a quarterback who was mentored correctly. Jordan Love, 1st-round draft pick of the Packers.
It doesn't look like they missed a step.
They haven't missed a step. He looks great. He's come out there. He knows the playbook by left and right. He's just throwing the ball. He's running. He's looking amazing. That's what you got to do with a young quarterback. Mentor them. Give them a chance to shine. Give them a chance to really, and get them. I'm gonna say it like this. Bryce Young. Think about a car analogy, because I had car problems today. Bryce Young is like a Maserati. You know, Maserati. You know how beautiful Maserati looks. It's shiny. It's just runs well. The engine's beautiful, purring.
Got the nice little emblem there. Makes you think that it's like a Lamborghini or Ferrari or something.
Yeah. Now, would you put cheap tires on a Maserati?
No, you got to put the ones that stick out so everybody can see you come down the street.
Exactly. Would you put regular gasoline in the Maserati?
No, you got to put that high performance gas in there to make it run right.
Exactly. That's the problem with Bryce Young right now. Bryce Young is a Maserati, but he got a whole bunch of Kias, and he got some Yugos. He got some, what's the car? Oh, it's a Fiat.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe what's that a car nobody wants to get? But you kind of get it at the Datsun. Remember Datsun?
Yeah, you just having fun with it right
He's playing with Datsuns and Kias and Yugos. He's a Maserati. Look,
relax, Steve, and get up off my team.
Listen to me.
Bryce Young will be fine.
Listen,
and just like I said, they came with the mystery injury right now, so now we'll see Andy Dalton.
Listen, when Bryce Young was at Alabama, he had a better team at Alabama than he has right now with the Carolina Panthers. Do you understand? When he was at Alabama, he had top-notch offensive linemen. He had Jahmyr Gibbs as his running back. Last year, he had Devontae Smith as his wide receiver. do you know Bryce Young?
Oh,
Bryce Young right now, he's looking at himself. He's like, man.
Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Right, Panther Nation. Don't listen to this. He waited for this part of the show to to put a boot out and try to kick us. This man to kick us when we down. Hey, we down, but we not out, Steve.
This man he was playing with Porsches and Lamborghinis, and now he's playing with Datsuns and Yugos and leftover.
Shout out to Latham Hill. I see you, sir. Man. He said Bryce definitely needs a number one receiver. He needs that
a number one and a number two. What's that? A number one and a number two.
No, I like the Mango that we picked up in the second round. What they should have done, and we had the money, we should have had DeAndre Hopkins on this team. I don't know. You know what? They went out and got Thielen with the thought of Thielen being a number one, but no, we needed somebody that demands a double team to give the young guy somebody that's always open. So if we have somebody that demands a double team, that means this man will always have a window for somebody.
That's how
they did not give him that.
They gave him nothing. Like I said, he's playing with Yugos and Datsun.
And now, I did an update before we started the show. I don't know if you were paying attention.
Yes, I was.
We gave away the number one pick, so it's impossible for us to get.
But I told you
it's impossible for us to get a Harrison that's coming out of college next year.
But I told you that Barrett trade was crazy. When the trade went down, we talked about it. I said they gave up 2 number ones and DJ Moore for this guy. It's way too much.
I didn't want to do it.
I
did not want to do it because guess what? Our team was coming together. It's a lot. You know what?
You were a decent
I'm gonna wash my hands of it because we should have kept that running back that we had last season because he's more built for this offense to go up the middle and hit people in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. You guys were, like I said, 1 game away from the playoffs. I mean, it wasn't a great division. The division was horrible, but you almost made the playoffs with that team. And let's be honest with it. I mean, the team was playing well. What's that? The team, you have to admit, the team was playing well for that coach.
Hey,
they were playing hard. He was hitting the right buttons, and he was getting the most out of that team.
It is what it is.
All right, so that's where we are. I'm gonna tell you like this. I was gonna go back to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has played in 11 starts. In 11 starts, he's only had 15 sacks. Think about that. 15 sacks in 11 starts. That's like little more than 1 sack per game. C.J. Stroud has already been sacked 11 times in 2 games. Think about that.
Hey, I'll tell you this, and I'll tell you this again. It has a lot to do with timing. It has a lot to do with
talent.
He doesn't. You can say about talent if you want to. If you never played with these wide receivers before, their timing's not together. He doesn't even know the windows to give it to the wide receivers yet.
Give him Randy Moss as a rookie. Believe me, he'd be a much better quarterback than he is now. If you got Tank Dell as your number 1 guy, you ain't going to go too far in fantasy. You ain't going to go too far in winning games. You got to. NFL is about players. Players win championships.
Hey, I hear you.
And right now the Texans are rebuilding, the Panthers are rebuilding, and the Colts. I don't know what the Colts are doing because you have Jonathan Taylor who has been killing with them for the last couple of years, and they're doing everything possible.
I see some trades going on.
Yeah.
Hey, I love Burns, and we give him this contract, but to get some key pieces on that line and to pick up a wide receiver, a lot of people say they see T. Higgins in our future.
Yeah, he'd be a good pickup for you guys. He's a number 1 guy playing number 2 just because they got 1 better guy than him and Jamar Chase.
Hey,
but T. Higgins is a number 1.
I would go out and get the guy from Indianapolis and give up a defensive player.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good move for you guys. That'd be a great move. Let's go over a couple more of these injuries though. We got a couple guys who are out, and we got C.J. Gardner for the Lions. That was a huge offseason pickup for them. He's out for the year on injured reserve. We got right now Deontay Johnson, who would just put on injured reserve for the Steelers.
Nico Collins is
Nico
the Texans,
Collins, Texans,
the best receiver.
Yeah. Man. Chase Edmonds for, I believe it was Tampa Bay. He was going to be one of the top running backs.
Right.
So, somebody who's still lingering out there in the running back. Played with Tampa last year, a couple years. Super Bowl straight.
I'm good at running back. I'm good at running back.
Leonard Fournette. Has anybody seen Leonard Fournette?
We haven't had a Leonard Fournette site in a while.
I mean, somebody needs to go out and get that guy. He was a bruising back. He could do something for you. So I don't know why.
Nobody wants to pay these guys.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. But somebody's going to pay him soon.
You see what Minnesota did? Got rid of a top 5 running back, and now look what they're going through.
Yeah, Cam Akers, your favorite guy.
Why would you go get Cam Akers?
Cam Akers.
The man can't hold on to the ball.
Well, not that he can't hold on to the ball, but remember he had issues with the coach last year, and the coach was going to trade him, but nobody wanted to trade for him. But then they supposedly worked it out.
They shipped him out.
And so now they shipped him out again, and now he's saying, I don't know why I'm being traded. I don't know why they're doing me like this.
Okay. You know what? People want to hear some good tea, Steve. Yeah. Now, give me 2 sleeper teams that you see might do some damage.
Well, I got one team that you see right here, the Washington Commanders. Man, once the stench of Daniel Snyder was taken off the team.
Oh my goodness!
Eric Bieniemy's doing some stuff. I don't know. You've been watching the offense.
Okay. So the Washington is a sleeper team for this season to sneak up in there.
They're a sleeper team, but that defense, if Chase Young can stay healthy and that front four, because remember, defense wins games in the whole season. That defense is elite. I mean,
Darnell, Lathan, y'all think that Washington is a sleeper team?
They're a sleeper team. They can sleep up on.
That's teams. One. What's your next sleeper team?
My other sleeper team, from what I've seen so far, if I had to say right now, let me look real quick. I'm just going to tell you, I would give a sleeper team. It's been a lot of mediocrity, so I'm not really.
While he's picking, I'm gonna give you my number one sleeper.
Give me a sleeper.
Well, y'all better watch out for those Rams.
No.
If you haven't seen what he's been doing with these 2 wide receivers, when Cooper Kupp comes back, they gonna be ridiculous. And they got their running game back together again. Be careful. Be careful. You let them hang around.
Be real careful.
You let them hang around. It's gonna be dangerous because Matthew Stafford is not no chump at quarterback. He's still out there dropping dimes, Steve. Dropping dimes. A veteran with a Super Bowl ring.
Okay. Anyway, who's your second one? Before I go tell you mine.
My second sleeper?
Mm-hmm.
Not really. I like the Rams, man. The Rams is it for me. The second one would have to be. They're on the same level right now. Buffalo, Baltimore. If they get it together and they stay healthy, they can make a push also. But right now, it doesn't look like it's only been 2 games. Yeah. I said give every team 4 games to really see what direction they're going in. Give them 4 games. Yeah. But my number one is the Rams.
If I had to say a second sleeper, and I know you're not going to like this one, but the Buccaneers. I mean, easy schedule. They still got 2 elite receivers. They can get any kind of running game, and Baker Mayfield, if they keep him in order.
Oh my goodness!
They might make a playoff push.
What was your second sleeper, Steve?
Tampa Bay. I mean, I know how you feel, but
Baker Mayfield, Steve.
Easy schedule, and quite frankly, they got weapons.
I had to give you the crickets on that.
I know.
Baker Mayfield.
But right now, I'm not seeing. Who else would you pick as a sleeper team? Right now, I see a lot of mediocrity in the league.
Well, with this analytics and everybody they're playing real football like Madden right now.
Right.
Going for it on fourth. Just doing stuff that never used to be done. It's a different league. That's why I tell you.
It is.
Even with putting the quarterbacks in the mentoring issue, you have to get on a team like Pittsburgh. They mentor.
I thought Pittsburgh would be
Chiefs
better.
mentor.
Yeah, I thought they'd be better, but there's now question marks with that quarterback. Pickett doesn't look good at all. He's looking pretty average right now. So
he has to go through his growing pains.
Well,
what year is this for him?
Year number 2.
There you have it. And normally, year 2 is always everybody's worst year.
Yeah, so
it takes the third year for them to get the spider webs off. It's not many people like Patrick Mahomes that get in there. As soon as they get at the helm, they just dish out that ball easy like.
Speaking of somebody who's just disappointing, the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields, and I'm only saying because I have him he's on my big elite fantasy team quarterback.
You put him in the elite?
Yeah,
you messed up.
I know I messed up, and
because you know what, we both bought into the hype of the Bears about to be good next season.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do something this year. I'm not going to lie to you.
And in preseason, they looked like they was ready to move something. I haven't seen him get the ball to DJ Moore in the backfield and DJ Moore do anything like he did in preseason.
I know, and it's disappointing because I thought they were going to go out there and show out this year. So I'm not going to dismiss him. It's too early to do the. It's concern.
It was the expectation.
Expectations were high.
It was too high.
Right. We thought they were actually going to do something this year, but I'm gonna give them time. I'm not gonna panic. Right now, a lot of people on fantasy 2 weeks and they're ready to panic. They're ready to drop their number 1 guy. I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, I saw somebody drop Joe Burrow.
I mean, that's just crazy.
I saw somebody drop Joe Burrow, and you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
The person I saw drop Joe Burrow, I tried to acquire Joe Burrow and somebody else in the trade, and he was asking for the moon.
Yeah. People in fantasy, don't panic after 2 weeks. If it's an elite player, they're elite. They just give them time. Let's see if they can work it out. Don't just sit there and drop them real quick because they had 2 bad weeks.
Let them pull the cobwebs off first, people. Let them pull the cobwebs off.
But right now, the first 2 weeks of the season, I would say it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's been some good football, there's been some bad football, and there's been some real ugly football. So
yeah, we're gonna go over about 10, 15 minutes because we started late.
Yeah,
Steve had his car issue, so you know what? Right now, we're gonna throw up the phone lines,
right?
And you guys can call in and debate with us or tell us what you're against about what we said. Our telephone number is 1-909-844-4443. That is 1-909-844-4443. Holler at us. Yes. We are waiting for that phone call.
You want to get right into these picks while we wait?
Yeah, while we waiting, we're not gonna wait. We got to get into these picks because time is a ticking.
Yes, it is.
And congratulations to whoever did good in the league. I'm not even gonna look at that because I was at the bottom of the list last time I looked.
Man, you were. Man.
I took a lot of chances last week. I took a lot of chances.
I will say I went 11-5. No, sorry, I went 12-4 this last week. That last one was that damn Browns.
In 2 weeks, we're gonna have to give up some gift cards.
Yeah, so I mean, right now I think I'm sitting in like 3rd place. I'm right where I need to be.
Well, with the amount of people, we're only gonna give up a gift card.
Yeah.
Whoever's winning, we gonna show you love.
We can show you some love.
Well, no, we'll give the 2 people a gift card because if you beat me and him, well, we go the top two. So
I can live with that. So I'm gonna do better this week. This week actually is a week where you can really win some games because there's a lot of blowout games this week. This is a week where
this is a betting week.
This is a betting week.
If you don't make some money this week, something wrong with you.
And we can start with the Thursday night game. The Giants at the 49ers.
Blow the Whistle Sports. Who's calling?
Big Lathan.
What's up, Lathan?
What's up?
It's our big Eagle fan right here.
Mr. Eagle himself.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all?
Look,
not much.
I didn't want to put y'all at number 1 because, that's a jinx. So I said, let me put y'all where y'all need to be.
Dang, you got him explaining already. He ain't even said nothing to you yet, Steve.
I'm just giving it I'm letting him know. I'm letting him know that I like what the Eagles are doing, but I don't want to jinx them yet. So I'm gonna put them in.
Well, you know what? Lathan, what's your top five, man? What's your top five teams right now?
My top five.
Honestly,
I got,
don't pick with your heart. Pick honestly.
No, I got the Niners at 1.
Okay.
Boom.
I got
honest man.
Okay.
I got the Eagles right now, the way they look at 2,
Okay.
Cowboys at 3.
All right.
I got Baltimore and the Chiefs.
Okay.
Oh, okay. See,
I can live with that.
Honest man.
I can live with that. Now you know though, you
Yeah,
got to put the
Yeah,
Cowboys over the Eagles right now. Now let me. The way the Cowboy defense is playing, they're over the Eagles.
I'm kind of cautious on the Cowboys because they only beat the Giants and the Jets, so I got reservations on the Cowboys right now. I got to see some more.
Yeah, but they put hands on both teams. I mean, it was a dominant. You know, if you're gonna play bad teams, put hands on them. And they, let's be honest, you guys struggled against the Patriots. That was a game that if the Patriots had anything going for them, they could have won that game.
That game, Tom Brady was there.
Yeah.
Well,
they had their battery there.
Yeah, well,
I think overall, just the NFL in general, I think a lot of the teams are still in preseason mode, man. They haven't got their foot under them yet, man. So.
Yeah, I said that last week. I said all this preseason, guys not playing, it's killing the league. Because in the old days, you've had to play a couple games in preseason. Now nobody plays in the preseason, and the first game of the season like a dress rehearsal, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
it used to be 4 games. Preseason used to be 4 games.
It used to be 4 games, and you used to play at least in 2 or 3 of them. The only game you didn't play in was like the last game. That was the only game when the starters didn't play back in the day. Yeah. So that is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, so we got
you've seen a lot of you've seen a lot of hamstring injuries right now, man.
Oh,
that's probably about playing. Yeah.
Well, even at Achilles with Rodgers, that's the type of injury that you get when you are not loosened up. You don't have the same mobility that you should have.
Especially at his age.
At his age. So
them old guys got to get that stretched out.
Yeah. All right, so we're doing this first pick. We got the Giants and Niners. I mean, I don't even have to tell who's going to win this game.
Oh man,
that's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, no.
Niners all the way.
I mean,
Niners all day and now.
Did you watch that Cardinal game, Cardinals Giants? I mean, the Cardinals came out like gangbusters. They were like amazing in the first half.
And I was looking because I told everybody the Giants was gonna look like night and day. when they started out in the mud. I was like, people gonna be in the DMs. They're gonna be hitting me up talking about what about the Giants? I thought the Giants was gonna do this and do that.
Man,
they did.
Yes, they did. But we forgot about mentioning about Saquon Barkley. You know, Saquon Barkley's out for a couple weeks.
Well, 1 week. 1 week.
But they say 1 week. I heard
1 week. I heard 1 week so far.
All right. Well, we'll see.
They thought it was worse than what it was when it happened, but I was told he could play, but they're gonna let him. They want him to rest up 1 week and he'll be back.
All right. So let's see. Let's see how he's gonna come out.
You know how it is. They get to next week and be like, you know what? 1 more week.
Yeah. Well, playing without Saquon Barkley, they got no chance, and you know what, against the Niners. So, yeah, that is definitely one of our top 4. You can mark that down. They're gonna win that game easily.
So that's unanimous. All right, game 2, Colts and Ravens.
This is another one that is a slam dunk. Ravens at home, take the Ravens all the way.
Hey, that's right now. That's my pick 4 coming up right now. Those 2 games, Ravens and 49ers. I know the spread is going to be ridiculous though.
Yeah.
Is Richardson playing? Is he going to be playing that game?
Questionable right now. They said
he had a concussion.
He's in concussion protocol.
They're going to do everything to protect him. You know that
right.
Concussion protocol is ridiculous.
Yeah. After what happened.
What's not ridiculous? It's necessary.
It's needed. And so so we'll see. Game time decision. So I'm still taking the Ravens all the way. I don't.
So that's unanimous. Both of the first 2 games unanimous. Next game, Titans at the Browns. I'm staying away from this game.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the home team just because it's at home, the Browns.
And as I said, Tennessee's doing it right. Let Tannehill go out there and stink it up. You know, now another team I want to mention
Tannehill ain't been stinking it up though. He been there trying to do things.
What's that? the Chargers need to fire that coach. Can we get this coach fired? What does it take to get a coach fired in the NFL anymore?
Man, you want somebody to lose their job?
I sure do.
They gotta feed their kids, Steve.
They got way too much talent on the Chargers. Way too much talent on the Chargers to be doing what they're doing. You got to.
I don't think that coach will be around much longer, man.
I mean,
the decisions that he be making, man, he's not gonna be around much longer, man.
All that talent they got 3 talented receivers. You got talented running game. You got defense.
Darnell, I got to give a shout out to Darnell. Darnell said a sleeper is Miami. He's right.
Well, I wouldn't even put Miami as a sleeper. I think Miami's a strong team.
Why Miami didn't make the top 5?
Well, because they're about 8 or 9. I mean, they're in the top 10 for sure. I didn't pick the Dolphins because I just figured they're already a good team. I picked 2 teams that nobody expects nothing of that were sleepers. The Commanders, and who else I picked?
Man, you picked the team that lost the game.
And the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Dolphins is 2-0, and they not a sleeper?
Once again,
it was hard for you to pick your second sleeper.
A sleeper is somebody who nobody expects nothing of. You kind of like they're under the radar. Are the Dolphins under the radar?
I expected Miami to be good.
Yeah.
This year.
How can you have a team with Tyreek Hill and not be good?
You know what? And I was giving them a bunch of issues last year because it didn't look like Tua could get that ball to him, but Tua has been doing it, getting that ball to him like it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good pick, but I say the Dolphins are not even a sleeper because they're just too good to be a sleeper. I think they legitimately can win that division.
Oh, okay. So I you know what? The Dolphins were number 6 on my list. How about that?
Yeah, I would have Dolphins 6, 7, or 8, somewhere around there.
6, 7, or 8.
When they went down to Buffalo last year, that showed me a lot, man.
Yeah,
they're real, man.
Listen to me. I got 2 on 8 fantasy teams. I want 2 to do well, and I need 2 to do well. So I'm not calling them a sleeper. I need 2 to keep throwing touchdowns. So
Titans, and Browns. Where y'all going?
I like the Titans.
I like the Browns at home.
All right, so me and Steve taking the Browns. Lathan said the Titans.
All right.
Okay.
And that run defense is real.
Let's do one more pick with Lathan. Falcons and Lions.
Where's the game at?
It's at the Lions.
That's a tough one, man.
I'm taking the Lions. I don't know what you guys got. What happened? You got nervous?
I like the Lions at home.
I like the Lions, period.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened last week.
I don't believe in the passing game of the Falcons. They're not ready yet to pass the ball.
They 2-0. They are 2-0 says they're a little ready.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a tight game, but I got the Lions.
2-0 says they're a little bit ready.
Yeah, I think the Lions game last week was an aberration. I think, like I said, I think they kind of faded towards the end, but so they're gonna bounce back. Lions,
Lathan.
Yeah, I like the Lions.
Okay,
I'm just looking at the quarterback matchup, and I like the Lions quarterback better.
Yeah, Goff, the most disrespected quarterback in the NFL right now. Yeah. He expected when he got let go and then got another job. He got a chip on his shoulder. That's another team that should be on the sleeper list.
Yeah,
that's another team right there because they showed us something last season. They're gonna win some games that you're gonna think they losing.
Well, I got my sleeper team playing against the Eagles on Monday night. So I know who you're picking, but I think it's gonna be a good game. I think the Buccaneers are gonna play better than people expect at home. Eagles are gonna win.
Let's get to the next. Let's do a couple more picks with Lathan.
All right, that's all right.
Saints at the Packers.
The Saints at the Packers?
Yes, sir.
I like the Saints in that game.
Okay, Steve.
I like Jordan Love. I'm taking the Packers at home.
Hey, I'm going with Love. And you know what I have right here? A Jordan Love card.
Not just any card. What card is that?
It's a select, but it's rated. It's a 9. Jordan Love does good this season. Well,
look, if Love can pull this off, then he's going to show me something because
it's love in the air.
Is real.
It's love in the air.
Well, I think they got.
If he can pull that off, he'll be showing me something.
I think they got one more game. The Saints without Alvin Kamara. I think that's what's killing them right now is that their run game has just been.
No, it's 2 more games. He's going for 4 games.
I think another game of 3 games. They knocked it to 3. It was 4, and I think they knocked it down to 3.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be back next week.
Okay. I had him at 4. So
it was a 4 game, and then I think he appealed it and then knocked it down to 3. So he should be back next week.
I mean, keep your hands off people when you be playing that every game.
Yeah, I know. Don't understand it.
I'm taking Love also. So
we got 2.
Lathan's taking Saints, and we taking Love. And the Texans and the Jaguars. I'm taking the Jaguars.
Yeah, this is an ugly one.
An ugly one?
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence against the rookie?
Yeah, but I'm not too. Jags find a way to play down to their opponent. So.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, I'm taking the Jags to win, but it's going to be an ugly game. All right.
Lathan, who are you taking?
It can go anyway. I'm gonna pick the Jags because of the quarterback matchup, but it can go either way.
Either way, yeah, that's an ugly matchup.
So let's say unanimous. All right, you know what? We gonna run through this. We gonna run through it.
Mm-hmm.
Broncos, Dolphins.
That's
Dolphins.
Yeah,
unanimous. We're all taking the Dolphins. Chargers, Vikings.
Chargers. They're due.
Vikings.
I'm taking the Vikings also.
All right, you got the Vikings. Okay.
All right. Patriots, Jets.
Patriots.
Where's the game at?
It's in New York.
It's in New York. I'm taking the Jets for the upset special.
Yeah, I'll take the Jets on that one.
Upset special.
Belichick will find a way. You give him a young quarterback, he's going to find a way to beat him.
It's going to be an ugly game for sure. Both sides are going to be giving the quarterbacks fits.
Yep. All right, so we say all Patriots. You got 1 Jets.
Bills and Commanders. I'm taking the Bills. Who you taking, Lathan?
I'm gonna take the Bills in that one.
Hey, check this out. The Commanders are 2-0.
They are 2-0.
Steve, what are you doing, sir?
Where's the game at?
It's in Washington.
It's in Washington. And because it's in Washington, it's going to be a competitive game. But
here we go. Watch this.
The Bills are due to bounce back. So I got the Bills. They looked pretty strong last week in the bounce back. I think the Bills will find a way to win. But it's going to be a good game. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it should be.
Hey, okay.
But listen, I'm not picking my heart this year. I'm picking based on who I see as being a better team.
Okay. Next game, Panthers at the Seahawks.
Now we know this is going to be a hard pick right here.
Who you picking, Steve?
Seahawks. Come on now. It's in Seattle.
Okay. Lathan, who you picking?
I'm gonna have to go with the Seahawks, man.
I don't care where y'all going with.
Now this is a hard pick.
Hey, you know what? Both y'all haters. That's all I can say.
This is a hard pick here.
Man, I'm just going off of what I see so far, man.
Okay.
Andy Dalton starting, so they're gonna let him pass the ball because for some reason, if you watch any of our game, when they let Bryce Young, when we're coming from behind, when they let Bryce Young throw the ball, he moved the ball and got a touchdown. But the whole game, they had him under handcuffs.
Because he don't know the offense. That's what.
With all that being said, I'm taking Carolina to beat the Seahawks in the upset, and I'm gonna be able to shave after that game. And I'm shaving as soon as the game over with.
He's gonna have a big old beard by December. They might be 0-12.
With Andy Dalton playing, they might be able to get a win, man. I remember when he played for the Saints last year, I think they came to our house and beat us.
Yeah, but he's not
knocked them over.
Okay.
Hey, we got a team.
Andy Dalton had talent though back then. There's no talent on this team.
Cowboys at the Cardinals. I'm not Steve. You know what? I don't worry, Cali Cat Pack. I got something for him.
Listen to me. I'm a member of the Cali Cat Pack. Now, I didn't tell you that. I snuck in and became a member. Somewhere they don't do their homework. They actually let me in to be a Cali Cat Pack member.
Well, you know,
Woo!
you gotta keep your haters close. So that's why we let you in. We got to keep our haters close.
Okay, but bottom line is,
I'm one of the administrators.
Yes.
So
you let me in.
It's okay. It's okay.
But listen, and I love how they were discussing it. They said, "Oh my God, he's hurt." What's
All right.
They were all whining about how hurt he was. I said, "I've been telling you for 2 weeks he's going to get hurt." That offensive line's horrible. The man's running.
First of all, let's be clear. He's not hurt.
Okay.
This is one of those things where they're going to sit him down so he can look at the speed and let the veteran get in there and let him, because he looked like a deer in the headlights last week.
Yeah, he did, because he's scared for his life.
Did you see how the running back had to push him over to the quarterback spot?
I know, because once again, that's why I've said from the start, don't start that rookie quarterback unless you know for sure they are legit. They have everything in order.
All right. Enough of that.
All right.
Cowboys at the Cardinals. Who you taking, Lathan?
Oh man, that's Cowboys all day.
I mean, this
is unanimous. It's not even no need to ask. Cowboys. Now that's my third pick. For my pick 4, take the 49ers, take the Ravens, take the Cowboys.
Yes.
Hey, that's a good parlay that you talking about right there, man.
Yes, sir.
14 and
yes,
the points, sir. That look like good money right there, man.
The points for who? I see with these games, I wouldn't go with the points. I would just take the favorite. Take the favorite.
And the fourth favorite, I'm going to just tell you. I'll tell you right now who the fourth favorite should be. Bears Chiefs. KC is not going to lose at home to the Bears, so that should be your fourth game.
That's the pick 4 right there.
That's your pick 4, because the Chiefs are going to show out.
And that's where we at now. Bears at the Chiefs. Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs. Oh yeah. Especially what's his name's back now?
I'm putting $100 on that pick 4.
Yeah, you got Travis Kelce playing. That's a good pick 4.
I'm putting $100 on that. That's gonna be a little tasty little $1,000 right there.
Yes, sir.
Tasty. But who you taking, Lathan? Bears or Chiefs?
Oh, come on, man. The Chiefs, man, all day, man.
Once again, unanimous. Pittsburgh at the Raiders.
This is a game. This is like a legendary type game that two teams that are both struggling. You got Steelers and Ravens both up and down. You don't know what team's going to show up.
I'm taking the Raiders. Jimmy Garoppolo's going to get it together over there. Taking the Raiders.
I'm going to take the Steelers in the upset.
You can take them in the upset all you want to.
I like the Steelers coach. I like how they play in big time games.
I like Pittsburgh, man. That defense looks real, man.
Yeah. Okay. So both of y'all taking the Steelers. I'm taking the Raiders. Moving on to the Eagles and the Buccaneers. 2-0 against 2-0. Will the Eagles really be the Eagles? Will they fly? Eagles fly, or will they go over there and get the cannon shot at them and knocked out the sky?
Bro, they're going to be riding Baker Mayfield like a Shetland pony.
The Shetland pony.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
It might get ugly, man. Our D-line, our rotation is pretty real, man. It's legit, man. It's going to get ugly. It might get ugly.
All right. Well, I got the Eagles. I don't know if it's going to get ugly. I think the Buccaneers will do something, but I think the Eagles are going to win.
You know what? I'm happy for Baker Mayfield. He's over there with new life. He's over there with a hell of a wide receiver core. Yeah. All he got to do is put the ball in the area, and they gonna grab that ball. Yeah. All you got to do is put the ball in that area.
They'll keep it respectable, though. The Tampa Bay defense will keep the game respectable, I think.
That's what I think as well. I think it's going to be respectable. It's not going to be a blowout. But I think the Eagles will win.
So it's unanimous Eagles. Last game in my upset special for the week. Rams at the Bengals. And I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams.
God. My heart.
Rams.
So who do you got?
Rams.
Who do you got?
I'm on the show. I got the Rams. I like the Rams, man.
I'm going to raise you guys one. The Bengals have to win. They're playing at home. It's Monday night, and they have to win.
What if Joe Burrow doesn't play?
Well,
We put a whammy up in them. What if Joe Burrow doesn't play, Steve? Because I don't think he's playing.
I don't think he's playing either, but I think the Bengals will find a way. I got the Bengals upset.
Who's the backup over there?
It don't matter.
Oh, Steve's taking the Bengals.
Taking the Bengals.
Hey, Lathan, thank you for calling in, sir. Thank you for always tuning in, man.
We appreciate it. And we're going to say,
no problem.
Fly, Eagle, fly, buddy. Fly, Eagle, fly. What's that?
All right, man.
I want to say something. Before you leave, though, we got to talk about some fans who are worse than the Eagle fans this week. It's actually a team that has fans worse than the Eagle fans. Did you hear what happened with the Patriot game, Patriot Dolphins?
Oh, that fight?
Yeah. What was in a fight? It was a 2-punch, and he killed him.
Oh, man.
That was horrible.
I remember hearing that, but I hate to hear stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a game, people.
It's a game.
It's a game. Now, why would they take? Oh my goodness!
I know. I mean,
they're pretty wild in Boston, man.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they even let some. they don't care for too many.
Right,
people over there.
Not at all. But that's just a horrible story that happened. But that guy getting killed.
I'm not about to fight with you.
I mean,
I'm not about to fight with you over the game.
But we used to always have rivalry. Big rivalries would have a fight here and there. But now it's just like everybody. They were fighting at the Texans game last week.
It done went ridiculous.
They were fighting at the Texans game last week. Why would Texans fans be fighting?
They're crazy. But thank you for calling in, Nathan. We got to get up out of here, sir.
All right. Good talking to you.
We'll be back next week at 7.
So remember.
All right, yeah. I'll talk to y'all later.
Hey. If something happened, man, with your team, or, hey, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it, man.
Yes, we do.
You have a good one, sir.
All right.
All right, y'all take it easy.
You too.
Later.
All right, we got through these picks. Through the week, and
please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you guys for tuning in.
And join officefootballpool.com.
Yes, sir.
Still have time to get in there.
Yeah, you got time to get in there because after this 4 weeks, we're gonna give the winner their gift card, and then we're gonna do the next 4 weeks where you can start off fresh, and we'll go off of those 4 weeks.
Absolutely. So I'm excited this way. I'm excited. This should be a good week for me to make a movement. I like my picks this week.
Hey, I like my picks too this week.
All right, well, let's go.
We see y'all next week. Peace out.
Peace. All right, that's right.